Wow.
2 weeks ago, I did not know I was going to be here. So I am very, very thankful that I got an invitation. So thank you to the China University of Petroleum. Thank you for the wonderful tour. Thank you for the wonderful facility. Thank you to our MCs, Chen and Chang. I don't know if I said that right, but thank you for doing a good job. You know, this is all student organized. PetroBowls all over the world are student organized. And when I see our 160,000 members all around the world and how hardworking you are and how innovative you are, I am absolutely amazed and actually very honored and very humbled to be your representative as president. It's an amazing, amazing organization. I have to specifically thank Wei Chen. Where is he? He's probably in the hall working. There he is. He really jumped on the chance when I was in the country. I love coming to China. You know, Canada contains half the Chinese in China, I think. But then I come here and there's a lot more Chinese in China than there is in Canada. But there's not very many Canadians. So that's why it seems like there's so many Chinese in Canada. But it's wonderful. You've taught us how to have better food. You've taught us all kinds of things, including maybe some oil and gas techniques. So I really enjoy coming to China because it seems so familiar to me and it's such a wonderful place. And I realize there's a lot of people here from other places. Many of you I've seen. Those of you from Australia, I was just there. Indonesia, the Trisakti bunch, I was there. Malaysia, we've had some good interactions. So, and many of you at the PetroBowl at ATC, we've met each other. So what a wonderful place, what a wonderful university. Thank you, Tony, for having the vision in the North China section to think of bringing this here for the first time. We need a lot more China in SPE, maybe 15 sections in total. So I'm looking forward to the next few years and what we can see out of the Chinese marketplace in technology, in skill, in people, in volunteers, and in awards. We need more Chinese people getting awards in SPE. There's a hint. So not to say any of the other nations shouldn't have. Actually, Asia Pacific in general needs to give out more awards. So I wanted to talk just a minute about our mission, our vision as an organization. We just finished, as a board, a new 5-year plan. And the last 5-year plan was made at $120 oil, $120 a barrel. And everything went the wrong direction. So now we've made a new 5-year plan for $50 or $60 a barrel oil, and you know what? I think everything might go the wrong direction again. But anyway, we had to make a new plan. So our new plan is very much like the old plan. The mission hasn't changed, and the mission is all about collecting, disseminating, and exchanging technical knowledge and individual competence. That's what SPE is all about. The vision hasn't changed much. It's about advancing the oil and gas community's ability to meet the world's energy demands. And the world's energy demands aren't just cars. They're how you heat your house. They're the plastic you use in your computer. They're 40% of the agricultural output because of urea fertilizers. You want to talk about no oil and gas industry, we would have to take 40% of the green stuff off our plate because of urea fertilizers. So when you look at everything we do for the world from a providing energy point of view, it's massive. And our business as petroleum engineers, as the Society of Professionals in Energy, geologists, geophysicists, accountants even, land people, lawyers, everybody, we're all professionals in energy. Our vision is to advance the oil and gas community's ability to meet the world's energy demands in a safe, and we've added some words here, in a safe, environmentally responsible, and sustainable manner. We have a wasting resource, and if we don't sustain it, we're in trouble. And one of the places I see the best balance between environment and sustainability on Earth is China. When I watch what you're doing in the oil and gas business, you think about the environment, you think about the economy, you think about the people, and you try to balance it. And this is a model for the world. So that's what SP is about, the mission, the vision, our core values. You can get online and read them, but one of them is thinking globally, which means that the folks from Indonesia and the folks from Australia and the members of the Vancouver section in Canada have exactly the same digital access to everything that SPE has. No matter where we are on the globe, we want to think globally. We also made some new strategic plans of lifelong learning, knowledge transfer, membership, and the fourth one is professional pride. As SPE members, as individuals, we want to be proud of providing the world with all that energy. So that's really what I have to say. That's my typical speech. Those of you who've had to sit through a PowerPoint know that. But I also want to talk a little bit, and I can't say too much because you need to see it before you can hear about it, but part of our mandate as petroleum engineers, as engineers, is a couple things. Number one, when something breaks or goes wrong, we need to know how to fix it. So sometimes last minute stuff is the most important thing on earth. When that well starts talking to you by giving you a kick, you can't find well what to do in a speech or a textbook. Well, you can find it in a textbook, but sometimes you have to improvise and be innovative. And as young engineers, that's a critical thing, that you learn to be innovative. For instance, sometimes a musical instrument isn't working and you have to repair it on the spot. That's called innovation. And whether it's a well that's gone wrong or a riser that's dropped off the bottom of an offshore rig, or any disaster that you're going to have in your career, the ability to think on your feet and improvise and innovate safely is a big, big skill. The other thing I would really challenge you as engineers, especially, I know there's non-engineers, to do, is be musical. Now, you're saying this guy is crazy, and maybe you're right. But I think we as engineers have hung around our calculators and our computers too long, and the world is looking for balanced human beings. So I want to see, as engineers, the artistic side, whether it's drawing, or speaking, or acting, or taking a form of music, or whatever it might be. As engineers, we're terrible in being whole people. And I would challenge you to figure out a hobby or something that challenges your non-engineering side that is so critical, and it makes the world very colorful. We don't want to be just known as a bunch of guys who are good at equations. We want to be known as good, whole people that are balanced and happy to provide energy for the world. So with that, I'm going to close, and just think about what I said about innovation and thinking outside the engineering box, and we'll go from there. Thank you.